Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. Today is Friday, April 24th, and we're doing a regular call with Troy West from AllPlaysWin.com covering tonight's NBA playoff games. Troy West, thanks for being back with us.
Hey, thanks, Peter. Appreciate it. Yeah, continuing to win. I think 5-3 on your videos, and we've had a great run so far at the website, and had a big win on Cleveland yesterday, and hope to continue that momentum into today.
Yeah, that was an awesome call on Cleveland. You know, you made great points. I was just afraid that the refs were going to get involved with some shenanigans and try to hand the game to Boston. And you don't want to be, the one thing you don't want to be on is the wrong side of a game, of the refs in a game in the NBA playoffs. Right, Troy?
No, I agree. It's a tough read at times. I try as a handicapper not to look too much into the reffing, but we do know strange shit happens in this league. But hopefully we avoid it.
Okay, so we got 3 games tonight. Let's start off with Houston-Dallas. I don't know, man. Houston up 2-zip, covered both games comfortably. Is Dallas cooked? Houston, you know, all they have to do is win to get a cover. The line is pick 'em or +1 for Houston. Is Houston a great play here or not, Troy?
This is a really interesting line, Pete. It really is. Obviously, Dallas, an extremely tough place to play. We know they have a ton of talent, but so many if factors for Dallas, so many if factors. Number one, you look at Rajon Rondo and what's happened to him. Can they bounce back from that situation? Can they bounce back from Chandler Parsons being ruled out for the rest of the season? This Dallas team's going nowhere fast, Pete, and they have a lot of things that, you know, as a handicapper, you'd look at it and say you just got to bet against Dallas the rest of this series. But it is a pick 'em. They are at home. It's tough to go against them. They have veteran leaders. They have a good coach. Can they bounce back and grab one game out of this series? That I don't know. If I had to bet it, I'd have to go with the Houston Rockets, but it's a pass for me. Just way too many variables.
All right, you're not concerned about, like, you know, Devin Harris is a little bit banged up, Chandler Parsons is banged up, the Rondo, all that crap. It just seems like Dallas might be, you know, in a mess. And obviously with your pick on Cleveland, you're not afraid to take a team that's playing their first home game down 2-zip as a home underdog. So you're not afraid to go on a team like Houston in this situation. You don't see Dallas as just really being done?
They look done. They absolutely look done. I'm not going to deny the fact that they look done. But they do have talent. They still have Dirk Nowitzki. They still have Tyson Chandler. They still have a lot of talent. And maybe, you know, if Rick Carlisle gives them the proper pep talk, and maybe they will rally with all the crap that's been going on. And it is a home game, never an easy place to play. You know, it's a tough one, Pete. If I had to bet it, I would definitely go with Houston. But there's a lot of variables in this one.
All right, and then Toronto-Washington. Washington is a 4.5-point favorite, and Washington won both games on the road at Toronto after talking trash about Toronto. So they've been backing it up. This could be shaping up to be one of these series where, like, the road team wins every game. We do see that at times in hockey and in the NBA. I don't know, does Toronto bounce back getting 4.5 points here? What do you think?
This is, again, another pass because, you know, look at this series. Washington really has dominated the series. Is it a matchup problem? Did they get lucky? There's a lot of variables that go into this. You would think this line would be a little bit higher because of the fact that Washington did go into Toronto and really dominated both games. I know one went to overtime, but, you know, they've been up double figures for most of both of these games. So can Toronto bounce back? This is obviously a do-or-die game. Toronto's got the talent to do so. In the beginning, I thought Toronto would win this series. Obviously, doesn't look like it now. In the end, this is a tough game. I could see Toronto hanging in that number. I could see it being a close game. Could also see Washington winning this by 7-8 points.
So it's going to be a pass for you. And then third game, Clippers and Spurs. And this is an interesting one, right? Clippers dominated game 1. Spurs got game 2 in OT, bouncing back. Tim Duncan played a great game. The Clippers, though, you know, they were a little bit sloppy. You've been reading about what Chris Paul has to say. If you've been reading that, he's looking to have a better game here. You know, the Clippers clearly are an elite team in the NBA this year right now, and now they're going on the road getting 4.5 or 5 points. Maybe the Spurs do win this one, but is 4.5 or 5 too much to be giving to a team like the Clippers? My sense is maybe the Clippers are a great bet here getting 5 points, but I could be way off on that. And the line has moved up. It was 4 on the overnight. Now it's up to 4.5 or 5. So someone's betting the Spurs. Is that sharp money? I don't know. What's your take on this interesting game, Troy?
Yeah, this is the one game I will give an official pick on, and it is. I'm taking the Clippers plus the 5. I think 5 too many points here. This Clipper team has obviously shown that they can match up well with San Antonio. You know, the Clippers handed that game to San Antonio up too late, and Blake Griffin turns the ball over. I think he's going to have a chip on his shoulder. Blake Griffin scored a triple-double in that game, Pete. He's a mismatch, and you know what? He dominated that basketball game. I like the matchup with DeAndre Jordan on Tim Duncan. I still know Duncan had a big game. one factor, Pete, that you need to look at is that hack of DeAndre Jordan. You know, he went to the foul line 16 times, was 5 for 16, and that was at home. That can be scary, but in the end, I think the Clippers do stay within the number. They match up well. These are two evenly matched teams. I think the Clippers have the confidence that they can win in San Antonio. This will be a good basketball game. I think 5's too many. I'm going to go with the Clippers to hang within the 5.
All right, I think I'm completely agreeing with you. I do admit that on the overnight line, I thought that 4 was a great bet, but the line movement has concerned me. Now it's up to 5. I wonder who's been betting that. Does line movement concern you, Troy?
Line movement does concern me a little bit. I try not to look at it too much. You never know who is driving that line up. But in the end, like I said, 5 the more points we get here, the better. I'll take it. Obviously, a tough place to play, and San Antonio has that capability of winning these type of games by big margins. They did it all of last year. But I think this is a different Clippers team and a different Spurs team. I think it's a great matchup, evenly matched. Going to be a dogfight, and in a dogfight, I'll take 5 points.
All right, I will too. I'm going to be on this one myself. Troy West from allplayswin.com. Just one pick tonight on the Clippers, +5. I have to say I agree with that. If it loses, it loses, but I like the call. Troy West from allplayswin.com. Thanks so much.